All right, let's look at these different forms of quadratics. So when you see this form, you say it's written in vertex form. But you noticed from the beginning of the lesson that there's actually two other forms that we could have. There's standard form and then there's factored form. So how would we shift this from the standard or from the vertex form into the standard form? What would you actually have to do you think? You would need to FOIL this and then subtract the 25. So you would have f of x equals x minus 3. You might write it out as x minus 3 times x minus 3 because what do you think the biggest mistake that people make right here? They just go square, square. They forget to FOIL. When you FOIL this out, you get x squared, and then there's a negative 3x, another negative 3x, so that gives us negative 6x in the middle, and then plus 9 minus 25. Did you see I did that all in like only one step because I knew I was going to have to add the middle term, right? Now, what would you get if you simplified this? What's that? Minus 16, right? So right there, that's the standard form. From there, how would you put it into factored form? Factor it, exactly. You would factor it. And can anyone tell me what the factors would be? 8, negative 8, positive 2. Two numbers that multiply to negative 16 that add to negative 6 would be negative 8 and positive 2, and that's factored form. What's nice about this is that tells you right here that you know from the vertex form, you know the vertex is 3, negative 25. From here, from the standard form, what can you tell about the parabola? You can get the y-intercept, right? What's the y-intercept? Yeah, 0, negative 16. And then from the factored form, what can you find? If you set it equal to 0, you would be finding the x-intercepts, what would the x-intercepts be? Yeah, 8, 0, negative 2, 0. Okay, we swapped them. That's okay. So these would be the x-intercepts. Okay, and then here we have the y-intercept. All right, I'm going to skip example 14. I'm going to want you to try that in just a minute. And then we're going to do example 15. This one is giving us the factored form. And from the factored form, we can easily find the x-intercepts, can't we? So if we set this equal to 0, what are the x-intercepts? 3, 0, and negative 5, 0, right? Negative 5, 0. How would you actually find the y-intercept? So this is you find the x-intercepts when you have y equal to 0, right? What would you have to do to find the y-intercept? I don't just see it here, but what could I do? To find the y-intercept, you should, yeah, you could FOIL, or you could set x equal to 0, right? H of 0 is 0 minus 3 times 0 plus 5. Do I really have to FOIL if I have those zeros in that place? So what do? Negative 3 times 5 is negative 15. You could FOIL it out and put it in standard form. That would be another way to do it. That's totally fine. So the y-intercept is going to be 0, negative 15. Okay, go ahead and try 14 and 16, and then we'll share out on those.